Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Yusuf Burutai, has lamented that the terrorist threat in the country is shifting towards the north-central zone. He stated this at the groundbreaking ceremony of the 4th Special Forces Command of the Nigerian Army Barracks at Doma in Nasarawa State on Monday. Burutai, who spoke through the Chief of Plan and Policy, Lieutenant General Lamidi Adeosun, however, said the constant evolving nature of threats in the country underscores the need for special forces troops with requisite skills to operate under all weather conditions and terrains to be established if the threats are to be nipped. To this end, Chief of Army Staff said this necessitated the establishment of 4 Special Forces Command to be domiciled in Doma but covering the entire country operationally. He said, since I assumed command as the Chief of Staff, I have always viewed that the Nigerian Army required force enablers and multipliers and not just brute numbers to effectively combat the plethora of security threats being faced by Nigeria. This is why I, among other actions, pushed for the establishment of special forces units and formations that are motivated, empowered, and resourced to go where others dare not to go and do what others thought was impossible. He added that with the Special Forces' commendable performance in the field and having set up a training school for the Special Forces, it was only natural for the Nigerian Army to establish a formation headquarters to administer, guide, and deploy Special Forces assets wherever the need may arise. Although the 4th Special Forces Command was statutorily established on 26 March 2020, the forces has been functioning in different theaters of command in Nigeria with excellent results. Today, we are marking the beginning of its physical establishment upon this ground, he said. Burutai concluded by restating the commitment of the Nigerian Army to the peace and security of Nigeria. Speaking when laying the foundation of the Special Forces Command Headquarters, Doma, Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State appreciated the Chief of Army Staff for his doggedness and resilience in fighting insurgency in the northeast, farmers and herders conflict in the north central, kidnapping and banditry in the northwest. He said as part of measures to combat crime and criminality in the state, the Nasarawa state government has signed the Kidnapping and Act Prohibition Law, Community Volunteer Guard, Executive Order for the implementation of the Child Rights Law of Nasarawa State and street begging. All these measures are aimed at ensuring security and peaceful coexistence with the view to providing enabling environment for socio-economic activities to thrive. Sule expressed profound appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari for approving the establishment of the Special Forces Command Headquarters, Special Military Super Camps in Kayehu and Udege Mbeki in Toto and Nasarawa local government areas of the state. Well, they just have to do the needful. All this long English, all this long story is inconsequential. They just have to do the needful. All this lamentation is not going to solve anything. Do the needful. They just love to, just like the governor of that state, Nasarawa. At the end of the day, they will just be praising themselves, even when they know that meaningful things have not been done, things have not really been put in place. They will just be appreciating them. They will be appreciating them. All everything is see amounts to high service. So honestly, what we want them to do is to make sure that the security is being taken care of, because that is one of the things that this administration rode on to come to get into power. So they need to do the right thing. They need to do the needful so that there will be peace. Especially, they are really concentrating on mostly on the Boko, which is what the chief of army staff is always concentrating on. But the other things that are happening in other areas, this issue of Çິ1ES, how And when are they going to take it so seriously so that things will normalize, so things will be okay? But they just look at the other side and continue to focus on other things. Everything must be put together. Everything must be handled holistically so that there will be peace, if at all. So that there will be peace. So all this lamentation is not going to help in any way. It will not help in any way. Mr. Man, your days as army chief is numbered. You will soon retire, but the truth is that posterity will never forgive you for not destroying the Boko, not Esme. This man too, they complain. Please, we are tired of your complaint. This is laughable. It's just seeing reality. Did Chad have all this before beating Boko into pop? Another avenue to waste and embezzle what belongs to the poor masses. The poor masses have never even enjoyed anything. There's nothing for them in the first place. No provisions for the for the poor masses. So that one is out of equation. No provision for them at all. The federal government should remove the sheaths on Esme and clear them off because the terrorists used to hide in pastoral activities and engage in service country portions as hiding places. I don't know. The same thing I'm asking. They are not concentrating, or maybe they feel it is nothing. And the number of people which this S-men, the number of people, the lives they take on a daily basis is even more than what is happening, what the Boko Haram engage with. So that if they can really tackle it, if they are sincere about this S-men and sincere about the security, they will deal with everything holistically. But just like somebody said, they need this, they need it, they need this, then does that, or is that the reason why they are recruiting these people? This repentant Boko, they are always telling us, you recruit them and put them. Why can't you go through normal recruitment and screen them very well? Let the welfare be attractive. A lot of people want to do that, but what do we have? By complaint upon complaint, complaint upon complaint, lamenting. But at the end of the day, they will tell you, oh, the only thing that can bring solution to all this is when they have money. Yes, I'll give them money. They will say everything is fine, everything is okay. And meanwhile, if everything is done holistically, there will be no shift from one place to another. It's like talking from they are shifting towards the north central, So by the time you do on this speech, I think everything should have been in place, because so that, is it the only one that will not be moving around all the region? It's not going to be possible. That's why they need to put a lot of things in place. And that's why you see that this state has been complaining. Sokoto, whether Sokoto north or west or so, they have been complaining that the people in that particular area, they depend largely on the foreign soldiers, because they share boundary with whether Niger Republic or I don't know which, or other Chad or whatever. They share boundary with one of those African countries. Now they want to tell us that they have not been hearing that, even when the lawmaker representing that constituencies came out and started complaining. What happened? So anywhere, they always, doesn't mean they always station their or put all their effort in a particular place, because you don't know that if these people, if they are being tackled in one particular place, they will still go to another place. They always provide money. Let everything, spread it tentacles, so that these people will not have a way or a place to escape to. Just the same way when the Chadian troop, when they dealt with these Boko people, they were now running to all those neighboring countries, and they were finding their ways into Borno State. And that was when the Borno governor had to go to Buhari to complain. After complaining, even when Rufai is still complaining too, because of this bandit which is operating in that area. It was after the governor of Borno State complained to Buhari. 2 days after, Burutai was now sent to the northeast Borno State. So they know what they are doing. Nobody needs to tell them anything. I think what Nigerians want and need is solution. At the end of the day, is solution. This lamentation is not going to help. Nigerians want solution. Provide solution at the end of the day, because lives are involved here. So guys, let's hear your opinion concerning the complaint of Burutai.